Where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play. But it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasting world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good. But we're here for the jokes and 10 pass last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. One way to roll.
Wasted world of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the
Oh, yes.
banter is prime. Wasted world of sports.
Wasted World of Sports through. Ahoy, how's everybody doing? Gino Ferricini, ahoy there. DJ Shaq, ahoy mate. Welcome along to Friday Night Footy, a condensed Friday Night Footy this week because, of course, Origin is hit once again. And this game, I tell you what, this game is Origin ravaged, which is disappointing because it could have been, and still might be, but it could have been an absolute blockbuster between 2 heavyweight teams. Instead, so many players are out for both of these squads. I feel like, though, the Broncos are a little bit more seriously impacted just because not only have they lost their Origin players, but they've also lost a few more to injury throughout the course of the week. And if we have a look just quickly, I'll run through them, the ins and outs for this game. So obviously for the Broncos out, Corey Jensen, Shibasaki, of course, getting his Origin debut. We'll talk about that momentarily, I'm sure. Jesse Arthurs, though, has been ruled out throughout the course of the week. Pat Carrigan, Payne Haas, and Reece Walsh, of course, all on Origin duty. So, I mean, those are some big outs for the Bulldogs compared to the Broncos, compared to the Bulldogs, who also have some players out. Suluka-Fifita, HIA stand down. Jacob Kiraz, Kurt Mann, Max King, and Stephen Crichton, all on Origin duty. Those are some key outs as well, but I just think the players that are left behind and the players that have come in to substitute much better for the Bulldogs as opposed to the Broncos. I mean, look at this. Blake Wilson comes in. Anari Tuala comes in. Jack Todd, Jake Turpin, Samuel Hughes. Compared to the Broncos who have coming in Ben Talty, whoever that is. The big D, Dane Mariner, we know of him, but he will be playing... Oh, no, they've got him on the wing. I thought he was playing centres. That's okay. He's on the wing. Deloise Houter, whoever that is. Jaden Hunt, Joan Cobo, and Va'a Semu, whoever that is. So when it comes to the Broncos replacements, there's a fair bit of, hey, who is that? See what I mean? So not only Origin, but injuries have really impacted the Broncos here in this one. Hence why I'm leaning towards the Bulldogs quite comfortably. But remember what happened the last time I said the Bulldogs would win quite comfortably. I think they got absolutely hammered. But anyways, Mookie, ahoy, mate. How's it going? All right. Let's pop the screen out. She's about 15 minutes late, but
Sorry.
better late than never. Of course, it's a Broncos game, so I'm joined by Michelle. The scarf is out and ready to go. The good luck scarf.
I think this is the bad luck scarf, actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, great. This is fantastic for the tipping.
I know, I tipped the Bulldogs too. I'm a traitor, apparently.
No, well, sensible people have backed the Bulldogs in this game. That's not to suggest the Broncos can't win, but if we're competing in a tipping competition, it's craziness to have the Broncos in this one.
Sorry.
For all the reasons I've just gone through. Won't run
Yes.
through them again.
No. I was
Payne Stretch, ahoy, mate. How's everybody doing out there in Chatland?
Can't see TikTok as usual. Well, not as
Yeah, well,
usual,
we're not
but
on
it's
TikTok
stuck to my
because we're
Discord.
suspended again.
Oh, God. What did you do now?
Whoever represents Formula One did not appreciate me having an official graphic up of the circuit in the last Formula One race. So it wasn't
Wow.
it wasn't even
Really?
a suspension for anything that was said. They sent a copyright takedown.
Oh, wow.
You can't put the track layout on TikTok, apparently. Yeah,
Wow.
it was
That's ridiculous.
a full blown copyright IP strike. It wasn't even a hey, you can't say that. So
Goodness me. Well.
so not
Guess
to
we're just
worry.
on YouTube then.
YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. There's still plenty of us to go around.
Ahoy, ahoy to everybody.
Raven 187, ahoy there. And Bulldogs Fan TV, ahoy. Gaz Johnson,
Nice.
ahoy mate. Rod McGrath. It's their loss.
True.
I mean, honestly, I've never known anybody to launch a copyright strike against something that is publicly accessible on one's website. So I thought it was fair game to pop it up and let everyone know this is what the track circuit looks like before I call this race. I thought it would be absolutely fine.
Did you attempt to what's the word? Appeal it? Did you appeal
No,
it?
no, I did some investigation and apparently they're really, really hardcore. But that makes sense. I mean, the bigger the sport,
Tucking my dog in.
the bigger the sport on a worldwide stage, the more intense they are with. I mean, the rugby union's been pretty intense with takedowns. So
This is true.
they got salty though that my YouTube short for the Fiji World Cup win over Australia got more views than their own official highlights video. That's what they got salty about.
I'm just gonna show you something for a second. Wait.
Multi, have you got a multi on this one? While you're doing that?
Oh no, I was copying some judgment from the dog. So
Yep.
I thought I'd show you the dog. Giving me some judgment. Now he's just, scratching himself, so I do have a multi on. As per the norm, I cannot remember who the hell is in it because I put it on with about 3 seconds to go while I was making a drink and
Fair
running
enough.
in here from dinner.
Billy
So-
Army Kickow, the captain for the Bulldogs tonight, so I've got him in my same game multi. There's something about putting the C next to the name that just lifts certain
Let's-
players, and I think he is going to be one of them. Billy Army Kickow, anytime try. Connor Tracy has tormented the Broncos consistently, whether he's played for the Sharks, whether he's played for the Bulldogs. Connor Tracy just seems to love games against the Broncos and finds his way to the try line, so I couldn't overlook him. Billy Army Kickow I've talked about. I've got Karapani for the Broncos, and I've also linked up Bronson Sherry and old mate Marcelo Montoya.
I've got Cherry, and I've also got Jacob Preston, Katoni Staggs, and Dean Mariner.
Very nice. Waikato Maori on Twitch.
Mm.
Ahoy there, mate. A Logan City lad, Michelle. Another Logan City lad that's found us somehow.
Well, I'm not a Logan City lad, so I don't know why you're including me in that.
Well, you were when the channel started.
I was never. I just lived in the area.
Tyler Forge, ahoy, mate. Anyway, can you believe we are ready for kickoff? This is raced through. I've definitely got to dedicate more than 15 minutes to these pre-games because I had so much more left to say. Referee Todd Smith blows the whistle, and it's the Doggies with first use, and this game's on Channel 9, so we should be nicely synced up for this one.
39 seconds and 39 seconds. 39
Well, they literally just kicked off. So we should, even if it is to drop off, it surely won't have dropped off already.
No, we're both on Channel 9. We are in sync.
Gaz Johnson's got a bad feeling the Broncos could get a severe beating in this one. Yep, they're missing so many players, not just Origin players, as we went through in the pre-game. They are also missing Jesse Arthurs through injury, just to name one. Tyson Smoothie, as Burton gets this kick away from inside the 30. Solid purchase on it. It's up at the back. Corn on the Cobbo returns it. His first game back for a while. Corn on the Cobs, we've missed you. The Dolphins bound. Corn on the Cobbo.
Dolphin bound.
So Tyson Smoothie is playing prop. Tyson Smoothie, we know him as a utility player off the bench, the times that we've seen him play anyway, and he slots in at hooker when he comes onto the field, sometimes halfback. They've got him replacing Payne Haas. Xavier Willison takes it up to halfway, and big contact there on Kobe Hetherington. Fifth and last, just inside the Dogs' half for Reynolds. Puts this kick high. That is a monster of a kick in terms of height. It's allowed to bounce by Tuala, batted back by the Broncos. No touch, so still fifth and last, and they've knocked it on. Tyson Smoothie, I was just talking about you, mate.
And the commentators are talking about him too, saying that why is he replacing Payne Haas? So they must be. They must have their Wasted World of Sports earpieces in again.
Once again, as always, stealing my words. Faith Beats, ahoy there, mate. Yeah, that's it's pretty crazy. I mean, I think that is just they're out of troops. They're out of troops essentially, like Origin, and then there were injuries on top of that. So, Jesse Arthurs is a big absence. It's Montoya bumps off some poor soul. Oh, head clash. Ezra, ma'am. Friendly fire. Ezra and whoever that was. Whoever that was, that's number 18.
Isn't that?
That's Deloise. Yeah, Deloise Houter.
Is he the debutant?
Piakora or for a HIA? So
it's Piakora.
Okay, there you go.
Isn't the other guy a debutant?
Deloise Houter, I know the name. I think he's played already, debuted already.
There is a debutant in tonight's stream, and once again, I do apologise for my tardiness this evening. As I said, I was celebrating a birthday. So
yours?
Yes, mine and my dad. It was my dad's birthday this week too, so bit of a family affair tonight.
There you go. An early kick here from the Bulldogs turns the Broncos around, and Cobbo, corn on the Cobs, just watches it go into touch. That was a hell of a kick by Toby Sexton, I believe. He led the chase anyway. I was kind of looking at my screen over here so that we can get the stats up.
So I hear Toby Sexton might be looking to move overseas.
Who is? Oh, Sexton.
Toby Sexton.
Oh, he is going, yeah. Super League.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super League deal. Oh, well, good on him. He hadn't secured a contract in the NRL for some reason. So why not go where he's wanted to? He's got to secure his and his family's. He's got a family. He's got to secure their financial future, his own financial future. If nobody's locking him in, go for it.
Absolutely.
Fifth and last two for the Broncos on halfway. Reynolds, again, kicking it down the middle of the field. Not as much height on this one, and it's an easy take at the back. And here come the Bulldogs back in possession. Inari Tuala. John Michael, ahoy, mates. Montoya.
John Michael, ahoy.
Very flat-footed. Very flat-footed there from Montoya, dancing around on the 20. You need more directness. He should watch some videos of Brian To'o. That's how you run the ball back. Marnie goes quickly from dummy half, and they break away the right edge. The Bulldogs almost. Preston just held onto by, what did we determine his name was? Jagevsky. The kick goes downfield.
Sure.
And it's taken by the Big D. The Big D. Dean Dane Mariner. Danny Sam, 105, says go Broncos. Well, 5 minutes gone. No score.
I just want to...
Forward pass opens it up. And Jordan Ricky goes down the outside. Forward pass is called. But it's a penalty to the Broncos. Offsides against the Bulldogs. They are notorious for getting away with forward passes, this team. But that one was just a little too much.
That was massive.
How far in field does the touchy want to be? By the way, did you see that? Touch judge is standing like 5 meters in field.
Close enough to see the forward pass. Maybe they should all do that.
Maybe they should. I mean, that's what they're there for. The main referee has got the offside line covered. So they should be running with the attacking team, looking at those passes. 100% they should.
They absolutely should be, but how often do they actually keep up?
Jordan Ricky carries it inside the 30. Broncos go on the attack. 35 out on the back of that penalty.
Oh, that's good to hear, John Michael. I hope a recovery is a little bit quicker for you all. Gina Ferricini, ahoy, welcome along.
Short side as Raman pops the pass up. Easy read there for the Bulldogs defense. 30 out from the line. Inside ball for Hetherington. He can't sneak his way through. Fifth and last, Reynolds puts this kick high. Contestable ball. The Big D chases through, but Anari Tuala gets some protection. Beautiful work from the Bulldogs, and he takes it. Fantastic job there. There was immense pressure on him, but the Big D just couldn't get through. The gap wasn't big enough for the Big D.
Needs more lube. Sorry.
Already on tackle 4, though, and they're inside their own 20. Now they try a breakout. Numbers down the right-hand edge. Preston looks to get the fend on. Dangerously close to touch. Jacob Preston has a foot over the sideline on the halfway line.
That's not where I want you, Jacob Preston. I want you over the try line, buddy. Over the try line. Ugh.
Oh, nice. Waikato Maori cracking open another VB. He's going to slap on Channel 9. Cheers, mate. Enjoy. Oh, now did his foot touch the line there? There's a bit of controversy, isn't there, in recent weeks about foots touching the line? And that could be another one. I didn't quite see the full replay, so.
Who knows? But the Broncos have been driven absolutely about 10 meters backwards there from the defense of the Bulldogs. Viliami Kikau was
Captain Kikau leading the way. Captain Kikau. I love the sound of that. Reynolds with the dummy. He's the captain tonight, yes. In the absence of Stephen Crichton. Staying down the short side here, the Broncos. Mann with the short ball to Gazuski. Don't know what his name is, sorry. Gajewski.
Sure, why not?
Willison takes the fifth and last. I'll tell you what, though. Been all Broncos down this end of the field to start. Mann, cut out pass. Goes out the back to old mate Gajewski. And he's tackled. That'll be a handover. Meek and meaningless, that last play. Montoya, though, he's who you want running back at you because he just dances around flat-footed and he doesn't take the line on. I hope that they're working on that behind the scenes. Get him charging into the defensive line. Brian To'o style.
I don't know how to say the name properly in the YouTube chat, but
yeah, I've always struggled with that one.
New Zealand Basketball League. I'll have to check
early kick, and this is bouncing towards the touchline corner on the Cobbo. Bats it back in, saves the 40-20, but they're under immense pressure now, the Broncos. Great chase by Mann, and the Broncos are tackled a metre out from their own try line. What an unbelievable turnaround, trying to swing this momentum. And it's the
Yes,
Broncos
that's
now
exactly
bringing
the
it out of
same.
territory.
Jake, 2 jet skis.
I love it. We're going to use that one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely going to use that. We can't pronounce your name in the chat, but we can use that 100%.
Yep. And it's funny how I can say for us Suel Malawi and the Wanganitawase, but I can't say whatever this guy's name is. Fifth and last, Reynolds from 35 out from his own line. Thumps it upfield. Way too hard. And it's out on the full. Take it all the way back to that Reed Marnie kick. Nearly pulled off the 40-20. And that's a hell of a momentum swing.
I'm just going to rearrange my camera slightly without trying to drop it.
Billy kick out, putting pressure on Reynolds.
I think that's better. You can see my artwork.
30 out from the try line now, the Bulldogs. This is a great opportunity. They've done all the defense. Now they can finally launch an attack. Frank Ball for Hoy, mate. 6 more for the Bulldogs. 20 out from the line. The ball goes inside for Burton. Burton's held up and driven backwards.
I thought Burton was on call for Origin.
No. Kiraz got the call up as 18th man. Offloading here for Preston. Bronson Sherry from a standing start. Nearly fights his way through. Oh, it's Richard with a name change. Okay.
Richard
We'll try and
Trainer.
remember that.
That's all right. Jake 2, Jake.
Cut out pass for Burton. Burton gets a 2-on-1. Decides to take the line on himself, and they're dragging him towards the try line, the Goofs. Jeez, that was craziness. Across field, they got short ball, and Harry Hayes gets the offload back for Mann. Manny's taken down 10 out, and he's having a little word in his ear there, I believe. 2 tackles left for the Bulldogs. Down the short side for Galvin again. The short ball for Preston. They're a metre out, 5th and last. Sexton, grubber kick in behind the line. Needs it to sit up. Reynolds backs it over the dead ball line. Goal line restart. That was frantic stuff. Reynolds looking absolutely gassed after that. Love the name 2 jet skis. We add that to our list of player nicknames. Jason T says Brisbane Broncos 2023 are back. Don't know about that. They've had a couple of decent wins. I wouldn't be getting carried away just yet.
Just because they're 4th on the table. And what did you do last week?
They're not
Jan,
4th on the. They are absolutely not 4th on the table.
Yeah, this is 2v4.
They're not.
That is literally what it says.
Inside line. I'm not annoying you, Frank Boff. I already said ahoy twice. Frank Boff. Galvin, the
Frank
pass
Boff,
out the back of
ahoy.
Kickow. And it's dived on by the Broncos. Oh, knocked on, though, by the Bronx.
Oh, sorry, 2v5.
Yeah.
2v5. Sorry, thought it was 4th. My apologies to Warriors.
You were very, very confident.
But I was.
You
But
were
more
actually
confident
so
when I
confident
did the
for a
whole-
brief moment I second guessed myself.
Yeah, I know. I like it when that happens.
Drum down here for the Doggies. 10 out from the line. They break away to the right. Galvin out the back for Tracy. Tracy to Montoya. And Marcelo Montoya scores in the corner. By the way, I had $25 on Montoya for first try tonight. So hello, my bank account. Try for Montoya. It's a tick off the multi. And
That means
It's
you
a
can come out tomorrow night.
and it's a first try scorer win. Montoya goes over on that right edge. Bulldogs up 4-0.
I really should have paid attention when I was doing my multi.
Hell yeah. Tick, tick, tick. The Sherry Montoya combo. And it's 4-0. Now, who's going to be doing the goal kicking tonight? Sexton, maybe?
Montoya? Nah.
Oh, yeah, Montoya can. I don't know that I would advise it. He was terrible at the Warriors.
He's
Yeah,
walking away with his team, so maybe Sexton. It's not kick out.
definitely won't be kick out. Yeah, Montoya was an option, though. Connor Tracy's an option. Sexton's an option. Burton's an option, of course. Might be Burton.
Burton. I bet you it's Burton.
4 points to 0. The kick to come from out wide. I can't believe it. That is actually my first try scorer victory of the season. And it is indeed Matty Burton. Yeah, my first try scorer pick up for the year.
Why are people filming it? It's like, come on, guys. It's not like it's his first attempt at a goal kick. It's live in the moment, people. Live in the moment.
Damo, ahoy, mates. Burton.
Damo, ahoy.
From the sideline, puts it on target. It just needs to hold its line. It does.
And maybe
6
he
points
should
to
be
0.
kicking for New South Wales instead of all the rest.
Well, he's got to get off the bench first.
Well, he's got to get on the team first. You right, Wolfie? That stinks. My dog is trying to kill me with his farts.
Fabulous.
Love it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a family dinner for birthdays, and there was an extremely expensive bottle of wine consumed.
Oh, fancy pants.
Oh, I'll let you know how much it's worth off the stream.
That expensive, huh?
And now I'm back on my $100 bottle of whiskey.
Bulldogs take the kickoff. They're trapped on their own 10-meter line here. And there we go. I have indeed been paid out for that victory.
How much?
I'm excited for that. I'll tell you off stream.
So enough to buy that bottle of wine.
Well, it depends how much it is. Great start this for the Bulldogs. They had to do a lot of defending in the opening sort of 10 minutes as Burton gets this kick away from just outside the 40. Not looking for a lot of distance, just looking for pressure. And it's a nice take at the back there by the Big D.
They absolutely found it.
Huge defense from Mann. Broncos looking a little bit rattled. Ezra Mam. Oh, very noticeable boos. I've got my TV down so soft, but I just heard that chorus of boos directed at Ezra when he touched the ball, and it got even louder that time.
And again.
They are letting Ezra know all about it. Fifth and last, Reynolds puts this kick up, and it's an easy take to the back for Connor Tracy. Tracy heads across field, gets away just from the first tackle. And Montoya brings it outside the 10. What about Stevie Renouf, eh? I was disappointed in that news.
Oh, so disappointed.
For those who may not have heard, Broncos legend, rugby league legend Steve Renouf, of course, affiliated with the Broncos. Bloody drink driving charge. High end as well, I believe it was. Connor Tracy with the cutout pass. It's loose. It's scooped up by Montoya, but they've lost some ground. A high end, I believe it was, yeah.
And after the social media marketing manager got done as well.
The social media manager.
Maybe Red Hill should stop giving out free drinks after training. Just saying.
Burton gets a great bounce off this kick. It sits up for the Dogs on halfway. Sherry down the right sideline. Now he puts a second kick in. Gone on the Cobbo, tracking back. Collects it half a meter out from his line. And that's well done by Cobbo. But a referee's whistle, offside kick chase. Penalty to the Broncos.
I thought that looked all right to me.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Half a meter. They're off. Pretty much the whole side was offside. The whole team. What a bounce, though. What a bounce. How are you supposed to defend that?
Ahoy, welcome.
How in the hell are you supposed to defend that kick? Penalty to the Broncos, though, on just short of halfway. They'll take it back down into Bulldogs territory. Just quickly before they tap this, walk ahoy there, mate. Reed Nichols, ahoy.
Who's number 10 for the Broncos?
Hey?
Who's number 10 for the Broncos?
Xavier Willison. And here he is, charging upfield. Big Xavier. 15 out from the line on play 2. Chance for the Broncos to head back. Hopefully it would be Karapani. Karapani try would be nice. They go left. Hetherington. Yeah, Willison's been playing regular game time, usually off the bench, though, when the Origin players are in.
That's not my question. My question was...
Reynolds with the grubber kick through. Needs it to sit up, and it's beaten everybody over the dead ball line. Katoni Staggs claiming it was touched by a Bulldog.
I think Tony Skaggs is claiming he was pushed out of the way trying to go for the ball, which it kind of looked like maybe.
7 tackle set incoming for the Doggies.
No, just had his arm out. Wasn't push. So
what was the question then about Big Xavier?
Was he that tall last week?
Oh, yes, probably. I don't imagine. I know that he's still young. He's the son of a bitch. Probably is still growing, but yeah, I don't think he's grown in a week. But you never know. Penalty here to the Bulldogs. The Broncos offside. Up too quickly. Ezra Mam, the culprit.
Of course.
Not the first time he's ever heard those words.
Too soon. Too soon.
Bronson Sherry with the tap and go. The Bulldogs now 30 meters out. I am definitely going to have to... Oh, actually, I might want to try and do that now. First try scorer win of the year. I can't believe it.
Order some beverages.
Midfield, Matty Burton running the inside line. You know, Matty Burton, he's big enough to be a forward. Plays in the back line, but he's big enough. Sexton, the Nathan Cleary style step off the left boot. But he's not Nathan Cleary. 5 out from the line. Marnie.
Nathan Cleary. Except Nathan
Takes
Cleary.
the line on. Half a metre out. 5th and last. Kick out in a dummy half. Sexton. They're going to have a run here, the Bulldogs. Galvin. Loose pass goes out the back. Montoya has to retreat for it. Fends off Ezra Mam. Runs into midfield. Mam with the ankle tap. A no-looker over the head to Kickow. Gets it onto Burton. A chip over the top is going to land in no man's land. And Cobbo loses it out the back. Try is scored by Matt Burton. Unbelievable. Talk about more ass than class. But they've got their second here, the Bulldogs. Cobbo couldn't secure the ball in the end goal area. And the try is scored.
He got taken out by his own teammate. That's not what you want to do when you're trying to stop a try. I honestly thought Montoya popped the ball up off the ground here directly to Mam. The angle of that ball.
Matt Burton with the second kick.
He's capitulated so bad, he's popped it back up.
And no communication there. Selwyn Cobbo and the Big D, they got in each other's way, and that's forced the mistake. Cobbo sliding across, the Big D running backwards, and they've got in each other's way. And that is a gift for Matt Burton.
That's off his own kick, too.
Off his own kick, indeed. Right in the corner. Well,
you can't tell if he actually grounds it from that side. So how about you go to the front angle?
Matty Burton wasn't in my multi.
My God, he's not in mine either. Because I'm having a shock. Okay, you can't tell from that angle. Oh, yeah, you can.
You can, absolutely, from that one.
That's perfect.
Over they go.
Matty Burton. Hi, remember me? I should be in the Origin squad.
No, I actually think, I mean, we'll talk more about it at halftime, but I actually think they've made the right decision.
No, talk about it too much. It's going to jinx.
Absolutely, DJ Shack on the ground. That pass over the top of the head, no look from Marcelo Montoya. That's one for
It
the
was just
highlight
a-
reel.
It was just the angle of the camera. Oh, Matty Burton.
Burton.
Spades it
A
out.
shocker.
Absolutely shocking kick attempt. No, the way Montoya passed that ball off the ground, the camera angle for mine, it looked like it comes straight up in the air. I thought, good Lord, he's popped that straight back up to Ezra Mann. But obviously it did go backwards over his head, so not straight up. So, Mann did well to chase him down, though. I'm not gonna lie.
He did
Yeah,
after he was fended away the first time. I thought that was it.
He did well to chase him down, but unfortunately, no one else could wrap him up, and the Bulldogs lead the Broncos 10-0. And the kickoff is out
no.
of the ball.
Oh no. It goes from bad to worse here.
Bad to worse.
Things have gone from bad to worse.
How long have we been streaming together that we say the same things?
Penalty to the Doggies on halfway.
Oh, Cobbo. Did he kick that? No.
Oh, it wasn't, was it? Please tell me it wasn't. Poor corn on the Cobbo.
It wasn't. They just had the camera on him going back, so maybe it was.
35 metres out from the line. They find touch.
Well, I tipped the Bulldogs.
Yeah, wow. It was the...
What?
As much as you're a Broncos supporter, it was the smart thing to do.
And the smart thing to do, I want to beat you in the tipping comp, so that's why I tipped the Bulldogs.
10 out from the line, and it's a set restart.
Are you ordering stuff?
Yeah, I am.
Would you like me to call the game?
No, it's all good. I can multitask. Galvin, the short ball. Plus, I'll just get too excited and end up screaming over the top anyway at some point. Short ball to Samuel Hughes.
And you'll stuff up your order and double order instead of, just single.
Oh, well, that's okay. It'll get used. Half a metre out here, the Bulldogs. They send it left. Marnie onto Sexton. Sexton, the grubber kick in behind, deflects off a Bronco into the big D. And the Broncos back in possession. 5 metres out from their own line. 10 points to nil as that ball's ripped away. Staggs spills it, and the Bulldogs get the call. Staggs wants to challenge. Staggs wants to challenge.
We see Ashley Klein got Origin 3, so
of course he did.
Maroons win.
Of course he did.
He's got naked pictures of someone's wife, that's for sure. Yeah, Kickout puts his hand in there.
I don't think there's any intent, though. Hard to say there's any intent.
Staggs got up and gone and facing in the wrong direction to play the ball.
Yeah.
But, well, he may not make it look like there's intent, but his arm curled around that ball, so...
Challenge unsuccessful. No intent. Ooh. And the Bulldogs will have the ball. They can go on the attack again. Good call there from the bunker.
Of course you agree with the bunker.
Well, they got it right. What can I say? I tell you what, though. I'll tell you what, if this game were at Suncorp, it would have been called a strip, 100%. Galvin steps off the right foot. They're 5 metres out. The Bulldogs, 15 minutes to play. 6 again. Harry Hayes backs into the defence, 10 metres out. Driven back in the tackle. Marnie sends it left for Galvin. Heads back towards the post. They've propped him up. He's stronger than he looks, obviously, Lockie Galvin. No, he's lost the ball, played it incorrectly. He looks confused about it all, but...
Maybe you'll learn how to play the ball when you leave high school.
Yeah, look at that. He just... Oh, well, he did get a touch on it. It was very, very scrappy, though.
It was very scrappy, but...
Very scrappy-do.
Oh, fix your hair, because that's the most important part of football. Sorry, I just have this thing about Lockie Galvin after the whole Tigers thing.
What, you've got a thing for him?
No, I have a thing about him. He pisses me off.
Broncos
Oh,
up to
good
their own
Lord.
20. Mann down the short side. What a hit that was by Jake
Thank
Turpin.
you, DJ Shack.
Karapani in
yes,
midfield. Karapani's going to let me down tonight, isn't he, I reckon?
probably.
Reynolds on tackle 4. Kick charge down by kick out. It's going to sit up here for Viliami. Can't get away from corn on the Cobbo. Oh, that was one leg of my multi there. Here they come now. Galvin. The crash ball for Sexton. Sexton held up and driven back into the field of play. They needed a bigger body there for that one. Set restart. Half a metre out here, the Dogs. They go wide to the right. Connor Tracy has got Sherry stepping off the right, beating one, takes it inside the 10. Bulldogs on that right edge now, tackle 1. Another set restart. Preston decides to take the line on. He's half a metre out. 13 and a half to go until the break. Preston plays it. They go left. Turpin has to go himself. Marnie takes a few steps from dummy half. He's got Sam Hughes running with him. But the Broncos defense, wise to that, a little flat-footed. Marnie, the crash ball for Kickow. That'll take a little bit more work. He lays it back and it's knocked on by Marnie.
That on and no one picked it
Oh,
up.
play on. They've missed the knock on. A
They
cheeky little
missed
drop
that
ball.
on.
2 tackles left. Marnie sends it right. Galvin out the back for Tracy. Grubber's in behind looking for Montoya again. It's a little heavy and a 7 tackle set incoming.
Oh,
What a let-off that is for the Broncos.
the Broncos aren't doing themselves any favors, but to get a try off of a knock on like that, you just want to pack up and go home.
12 minutes 40 to go until the break. 10-0.
What's the weather like there down there? It's I know it's been ridiculously windy and rainy for the last few days down there, but I'm not sure if it's still raining or it's been raining today.
Offload on halfway. And Hetherington, I believe it is, held up and driven back from the 40 metres line. Oh, no, this is Hetherington. Osh reckons next half, Broncos come back. Well, they might come back now. They've got 3 more tackles, 30 out from the line. Cobbo with the flick pass out the back for Staggs. Staggs is taken down by Burton and Galvin. A 2-man tackle. Oh, boy. Jordan Ricky, that is not how you catch the ball, mate. Lucky to hold on to it. 5th and last. Reynolds in midfield from 20 out. Puts this one high. Contestable kick. Bronson Sherry takes it half a metre out from their own try line, the Bulldogs. But what a take. Bronson Sherry. Boos around the crowd. Again, as Ezra Mam gets shown on the big screen, a close-up. Well, I thought my multi was well and truly on that Viliami kick-out charge down. It set up perfectly for him. He just didn't have the pace. I thought we were on well and truly.
Bulldogs fan TV, thank you. Yes, don't let the Broncos scarf fool you. I am a true blue New South Welshman, and I have said it before. And
the kick is close to going out on the full. It actually might have gone out on the full if they let it bounce, but the big D plays at it.
I would prefer New South Wales to win all the series ever, for the Broncos to never have another premiership.
Well, one of those is more likely to happen than the other at the moment. And it's the Blues winning all the series.
Thinking about New South Wales, so.
10 minutes to go until the break. 10-0. I just get the feeling they need another try here, the Bulldogs. They've had ascendancy overall in this first half, but it's not really reflective on the board at the moment. 5th and last, Reynolds down the short side, puts this one high. Tracy with an easy take. Where's the kick chase from the Broncos? Easy run back for Connor Tracy, and Tracy's tackled just outside the 20.
I was slightly forward. I'd pop it. I was only thinking the other day, I haven't seen you in the chat for a while, and then I noticed you were in a Union stream the other night. But I kind of fell asleep before I could say anything. Not because Union's boring, because I was tired. Just want to put that out there.
Up the middle goes Bailey Hayward. Bulldogs on the 40. Sexton to Tracy. Numbers here on the right. Sherry gets through one. Karapani brings him down. Fifth and last for the Bulldogs. They're on the attack again here. 30 out on that right edge. Sexton swings it into midfield for Galvin. Galvin gives it to Burton. Burton to Tuala in space. Kick back in field. Lost backwards by the Broncos. And they reclaim it on their own 10 meters line.
Meter.
Jordan Ricky, it was.
Sure.
Who stays down after the play the ball, down on his haunches. But, yeah, they're absolutely spent at the moment, the Broncos. They've just got to get themselves to half-time. They've had to do a lot of defending, a lot of intense defending as well down in the red zone. Reynolds keeping the ball alive. Jaden Hunt's on the field.
They're flat-footed. You can see him sucking the breath in. Like, goodness me, they need that pickle juice.
Ezra Mam kicks on play 4 to a chorus of boos. He finds space. And it sits up for Connor Tracy at the back.
Not a bad kick.
Wasn't a bad kick at all. And then he puts the chase in and makes the hit. Oh, the crowd's going to love this.
Oh, I mean, that's the thing, though, isn't it? You get booed every time you touch the ball, every time your face is up on the big screen. Obviously, he's aware of what he's done.
Yes.
But if he wants to play out to public enemy number one and actually, actually play up to it and play well based on it, then go. Godspeed.
Yep, I mean, that's almost what you have to do, really.
Yeah, goodness.
Numbers again here for the Bulldogs. They're creating space on the edges. Tuala, though.
It's like he wants to make people love him again.
Not a lot of distance to be had. Galvin puts the kick high. Broncos are going to let it bounce. It's going to bounce awkwardly and sit up for Sexton. He doesn't get his hands on it. Kick out, scoops it up and dives over. But there'll be a lot to look at here, as they say. As it stands, though, it's tickety-tick number 2 off the multi. Captain Kickow. But we'll see. Was it knocked on by Sexton? I've got a sneaky suspicion it was.
I feel like it was knocked on by the Broncos, so...
Here we go. They're onside.
Look at me with faith in my team.
They're onside this time. Cobbo lets it bounce here. No touch on it from Sexton. Kickow scoops it up, and this will be a try. A tick off the multi. We're halfway there. That poor kid.
That poor child went flying in the air.
Wow. That kid did not seem thrilled about that.
Goodness me. Odd Poppet, that really sucks. It's like when your phone... Oh, yeah, no, everything is on your phone, isn't it? So it absolutely sucks. Totally get it. Emmanuel Vincent, ahoy, welcome along. You're late to the party. I thought I was late to the party, but you're late to the party. Dan's got a tick off his multi, so he's happy with the...
Try confirmed.
We both tipped the Bulldogs. My Broncos mates are like, you traitor, and I'm like, I want to win this thing against Dan. So, yeah.
And let's not forget, I got my first try scorer tip as well. Marcelo Montoya.
And Dan got his first try scorer tip, so he's having an absolute belter of a night. I've been drinking extremely expensive beverages, and
Burton converts.
Well, yeah, I think it's a good night all around, unless you're an actual Bronco.
Matty Burton converts.
Wait, what?
16 points to 0. And yes, once again, teams are getting found out this year a lot by letting the ball bounce from high kicks. We've seen it happen to the Sharks. It's happened to the Broncos more than once. And yeah, we've seen it happen many teams this season. It seems to be a thing, letting the high ball bounce. Rocky 1-1-3-3-3. Montoya first try, kick out anytime try. Hell yeah, that one's on. 16-0 is a bit more reflective, I think, of the Bulldogs' dominance overall in this first half. As Josh Curran runs into some heavy defense. But yeah, 16-0, a little bit more reflective. And I'm very happy to have 2 ticks off the multi. These Last two, though, I'm very concerned about these last two as Burton taps the ball on forward. And it's called.
I'm concerned about my last four. I mean, wait, all four, because I have no ticks on my multi.
The 5 minutes to go until the halftime break, and execution there. Just letting the Bulldogs down. It'll be Broncos ball on halfway, essentially. A little bit, well, the 40-meter line, basically. They can go on the attack here. 5 minutes to go to the break. You do not want to be inviting anybody back into the contest like this. The Bulldogs have got immense defense, though, so they'll back themselves. But the Broncos will throw some shots here for sure, as Mann drops it back on the inside for Deloise Houter. Houter or? Don't know.
How do you spell it?
Hoeter. 6 more tackles. And Cobbo nearly goes up the middle. He spills it. And Corn on the Cobbo is looking like and playing like a man that's been sitting down in reserve grade for about 6 weeks.
Hoeter.
Been a disappointing performance thus far from Big Corn on the Cobbo. Now that ball was stripped out by Viliame Kikau. In fairness, it was great work from Kikau. Bulldogs, 30 out from their own line. Here's Bronson Cherry. Wouldn't it be something if Bronson got a try right on the stroke of halftime?
Well, he's my multi, so that's fine.
They're loving that right edge attack at the moment, the Bulldogs.
Apologies for the close-ups of my face. I've been messaging.
Back into Broncos territory they go on play 3. Tracy out the back. Gets the pass off for Burton, who spins away into open space. Too close to the sideline, and they just slide him across. And Matt Burton, the past couple of touches have not been good ones. Hamo says Deloise Ahoita.
It's Ho. It's Hoeter.
Ahoita.
100%.
No, listen. Damo says Deloise Ahoita.
Oh, gotcha. Flynn Bezos, the Broncos will come back. Well, I'd like to think you're right, only for my multi.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. How many times have we seen a half dominated by one team, the next half dominated by another team? We see it all the time.
Times this year.
We saw it in Origin too. Not just club games. There's Cobbo's dumped on his back.
Oh, yeah.
Down the short side. It opens up, doesn't know. Jordan Ricky is held onto desperately, but he still manages to drive another 5 or so meters forward. They're 20 out from the line. 2 minutes to go till halftime. Mann with the kick through on play 4. Montoya gets back for it. Great reaction by Marcelo Montoya. He was up in the defensive line, turns, tracks back, dives on the loose ball. Fantastic work.
They do have a lot of outs, DJ Shack, and obviously there's a lot of young ones come in. And Origin time is traditionally when the baby Broncos get blooded. But yeah, with Adam Reynolds still in the team as well, and Ezra Mam and Cobbo and that other guy.
Oh yeah, the other guy.
there's and Hetherington. There's still maturity in the team. There's still experience in the team, and they should be drawing on that and not.
And they're going to get one more chance here before the halftime break because the Bulldogs have cocked up this play the ball. A cheeky little knee there, forcing the ball free, and the Broncos will get a full set of 6 here before the break. Give it to Karapani.
Give it to who's in my multi? Dean Mariner.
Give it to Karapani. Here they go. 30 meters out. 1 minute left in the first half. Can the Bulldogs defense hold firm? Crash ball up the middle.
If you're going through a terrible period, sorry, then you get to be low on confidence.
Who's Ben Tolty?
Huh?
Who's Ben Tolty? Cutout pass is lost forward. Well, it was meant to be a cutout pass. but some big mitts got in the way and knocking the ball on. Frustration for the Broncos, and that was, I'm afraid, Deloise Ahoita.
Is it
I think-
Tolty? Tolty might be the debutant. There is
Tolty.
a debutant for the Broncos tonight.
Yeah, well, he doesn't even have a photo on the NRL website, so
That's probably him.
probably him. Ben
Crowd there
Tolty.
tonight. I must say, the Bulldogs' return to form has definitely brought a hell of a lot more fans out. Bloody bandwagon of fair weather supporters. My God.
Stefan Ramos.
Not happy.
Ales Jerry. Numbers out to the right. Sexton, though, throws a loose pass. Sits up for Montoya. And this will be the last play of the half. The siren will sound, and we won't have time for the play the ball. Referee says that's enough. 16 points to 0. The Bulldogs, that last try, I reckon, just better reflection of how that first half went. If they go into halftime 10 points to 0, I think the Broncos take a lot of confidence in their defensive efforts into the break. 16 is just a little bit more intense to try and pull back. So I think clearly the Bulldogs go into halftime the happier of the two teams. Adam Reynolds' face there as he's chatting with the referee says it all. Viliami kick out. He got his try. I just had a feeling. You put the C next to certain players' names, they lift. No, you're not going to like it, but I'm going to say Cameron Munster's an example of that. Viliami Kikau is an example of that.
I'm sorry, I struck my mouth a little bit.
There's certain players that you put the captaincy on them, they lift. They take the team on their backs and they lift. And I feel like Kikau's done that tonight. One of his best performances of the year.
All right, I'm going to attempt to translate what Stephanie Ramos has just said. Il est capable de marquer l'essai Cherry, because she's talking about Bronson Cherry.
Well, I figured that.
Something about Bronson Cherry being more than capable. I hope I'm right. I don't know what the first sentence was.
Well, thanks for that. That was very informative.
Well, I'm trying to learn French, so shut up.
Thank you for telling me the word that I already assumed was related to what it was related to.
Well, he's a marquee player, but you know. Shut up, I'm going to get another drink.
Well, hopefully I will be soon as well.
I'll be right back.
I always go into these things and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got enough. It's going to be a quiet night. And yeah, you sort of get part the way through and you realize it's not going to be so quiet. I agree 100%, DJ Shaq. The Bulldogs, just some unforced errors. They could have been in much better positions at the back end of that half, all throughout that first half, were it not for some unforced errors. But I would be very concerned that last 5 minutes, they just invited the Broncos back down into their own territory. Thankfully for the Bulldogs, the Broncos were not able to respond. They were not able to take advantage and really put any pressure on. I mean, they've put no pressure at all on the Bulldogs' try line. They've been in the red zone, but they've put absolutely zero pressure, I would say, on the Bulldogs' try line tonight. Haven't looked like scoring. Yeah, I'm very, very concerned about Karapani there in my multi. I feel like he could be the leg that lets me down. But anyway, I do have that big win on first try scorer for Marcelo Montoya. My first try scorer bet victory of the season in rugby league anyway. So I'm quite excited about that. That is a good one. And yeah, I do believe, well, I thought going into this game that it should be a comfortable win for the Bulldogs. They're going to reclaim top spot, yeah. The Doggies. What's the ladder looking like at the moment? The live ladder. Yeah, they will reclaim top spot on for and against. So, yeah, good news for the Bulldogs supporters. They'll go back ahead of the Raiders on for and against and reclaim top spot. Gaz Johnson, you're looking forward to Wimbledon today. Oh, Raducanu. Yes. All right, I'll be watching that. Shall be watching Emma Raducanu. But I was going to say, Kiraz as the 18th man, I actually think it makes a lot of sense because that's where New South Wales are a little bit questionable at the moment because of Brian To'o is carrying injury. He is battling the clock, racing the clock to prove his fitness for game 3. So they need Kiraz there on the bench as a replacement a lot more than they need a Matt Burton. Matt Burton's obviously always been named as the 18th man for cover in the halves, but I don't think they need that necessarily at the moment. The Blues. There's no real question marks over Luai or Cleary. So the big question marks over Brian To'o at the moment. That's why Kiraz, I think, been brought in as the 18th man. Gives him that coverage and should ultimately Brian To'o be unavailable, can't prove his fitness. Kiraz is ready to just roll out and go. So I think it was the best call. Unfortunately, it's always the Bulldogs that seems to get hit. The 18th man curse. For all these years, it was Matt Burton, and now it's his teammate, Jacob Kiraz. The 18th man curse lives on for the Bulldogs.
Good Lord.
Gibson Titus says yes, because of state, Bulldogs lead the game. Well, I don't think it's because of state of origin that the Bulldogs lead the game, because even at full strength squads, I think the Bulldogs would be winning this. That's just a matter of personal opinion. They've got just as many players out because of origin as the Broncos do. One of those being the best player in the game in their respective position. So, and their captain. So they've lost some players as well. $16 points to nil at the halftime break. And after a slow start, been very solid here for the Doggies. Starting to look quite comfortable, but we'll see what the second half brings. I mean, we know exactly what can happen. We've seen so many games of two halves throughout the course of this season thus far. DJ Shack says another is Kurt Mann, who's a representative for Queensland. Certainly didn't forget about him, DJ Shack. But, I mean, look at the Bulldogs bench. You know, Kurt Mann's obviously a bench player most weeks. They've got Bailey Hayward. They've got Josh Curran. They've got Curtis Morin. I just didn't mention Kurt Mann because no offense to the guy at all, but he's pretty easily covered. Stephen Crichton's not so easily covered. I like what they've done, though, moving Matt Burton to the centres, where obviously Burton had a lot of success with the Penrith Panthers, and he's also played Origins centre before. And, yeah, so moving Matt Burton to centres, bringing Galvin in off the bench to start at 5'8", and Anari Tuala, who was originally named to replace Stephen Crichton in the centres, pushing him out to the wing. I just think that was a smarter decision. But very good opening half here for the Bulldogs. The scary thing, I suppose, is it could have been even better. Even bigger and even better. But they'll be happy enough there with that 16 points, especially after, you got to remember last time out, Bulldogs, Broncos, they got absolutely spanked, didn't they? Absolutely spanked. So, yeah, they'll be very pleased with the way things are going. All right, Wasted World of Sports, halftime. I'm going to have a quick break myself. Whilst I collect my order, I'll have a quick break. And we'll be back for all the second half action right after this.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play. Raise the banter that steals the show.
It's fun.
Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all
Honey, babe.
about the laughs, the fun, and the
Go.
choice.
No, it's all food. Leave it.
Where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pants last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques. Just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a low. Sideline judge.
I don't know, if Dan's back or I think he's gone to get himself beverages.
Drink some beer.
Oh, second half is getting ready to get underway. Poor timing here from my delivery driver. Poor timing.
We're back.
Poor timing from my delivery driver. 46 seconds away. Just got it a little bit wrong.
So you haven't got your drinks yet? Oh, he's wandered off, but he's come back so that I can attempt to call the game. The Broncos have got first possession after that halftime. I wonder what Madge revved up them. I wonder what the Bulldogs got revved up them in the end of that after the end of that first half, because they definitely had some ill discipline and some some scrappy plays there. So yeah, could be interesting to be able to fly on the wall at any coaches in any rooms or sheds at the halftime break, especially if belly aches. Coaching. Excuse me. Anyway, Broncos have finished their set of 6. Absolutely nothing extraordinary happening. They've kicked the ball downfield and the Bulldogs have got it back and they're bringing it back on up. I don't have a list of team names like Dan does, so unless I actually know who the player is, like Kickoff or Sexton or Burton, I'm not going to be able to tell you who's bringing the ball back, but somebody absolutely is. For the Broncos, they're going to want to absolutely they're going to want to save some face after that first half, for sure. Like they were outplayed. They defended hard, but it gets tiring when you're defending all the time. So, yeah, let some tries in. There was that. Very
Oh
nasty
boy,
one.
they've nearly cocked that one up, the Broncos. You see that?
They've done that too. I was about to say that.
Oh, lordy.
Broncos, they're on the third tackle and they're still only 10 meters out from their own try line. Oh, second tackle. I thought it was a third tackle.
Yep, third tackle now.
Third tackle, and they're 20 meters out. So they really haven't gone very far after the Bulldogs pumped it back downfield for them. But they seem to have a bit of a run on now, which is nice. So
Fifth and last on the 40. Reynolds is calling the play. Well, he wanted Chasers to go long. Has he sent it out on the full again? Reynolds for the second time tonight.
Oh, kick out's down injured.
Oh. Kick out. Well, he's already got the tick off the multi for me, so that's not to say that I want him to be hurt. It's a lot more acceptable. A lot more acceptable. Oh, Curran's offside. Almost had his head taken off with that kick.
Is it a...
Well, Josh Curran is about 5 meters offside, which has forced Reynolds to adjust the kick, which has sprayed it into touch, and that should surely be coming back for a penalty to the Broncos, but it's not.
Absolutely not.
It would have at Suncorp.
Of course it would have at Suncorp.
Yeah, well, I mean, rubber the green for the home side. It's a thing, whether you're at Suncorp or wherever this game's being played. The rubber the green for the home team, it's definitely a thing as Burton gives it to Galvin in midfield. Piacora with a nice solid hit. Marnie scoots out a dummy half. Oh, he's been threatening all night, Reed Marnie. Penalty right out in front. Tackling the support player off the ball. And they're going to take the 2 here, the Bulldogs, for sure. Make it 3 converted tries. Craziness if they even consider anything else.
Sorry, my dad just burst in looking for like the bottle of wine that was on the kitchen bench that had this much left in it, like not even a full glass that I pinched when I was out there before. And the look on his face, and considering what wine it is compared to what else we were drinking, I'm like, why are you mad? You've got like 7 other bottles of this.
Where,
Oh, note
where's my
yourself.
bloody wine?
Never pinch the old man's red wine. Cheers.
And Matty Burton from right in front to make it 3 converted tries. No problem whatsoever. Over it
I just don't think
goes.
he wanted to open another bottle, to be honest.
Accor Stadium. That's the name of the stadium. I couldn't remember. Whether it's being played at Suncorp or it's being played at Accor Stadium, the rub of the green for the home side, it's a real thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, I talk about it all the time, and people brush it off as if, no, you're a conspiracy theorist, Dan.
Well, let's hope that that happens on Wednesday.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. I mean, Lord knows Queensland have won enough games off dodgy refereeing, so I'm happy to take one.
God, I'm so nervous. It's like a week away and I'm so nervous.
And look at the difference in these sets of 6. We saw the Broncos down the other end. 3 or 4 tackles. They didn't even get outside their 10. The Bulldogs are on play 3, 30 out from their own line. Now, of course, it wasn't helped that Karapani nearly dropped the ball at marker from a dummy half from one of the plays. But penalty now for the Bulldogs. The Broncos, they are just capitulating here. The baby Bronx. Sexton with the touch finder. It's a
Really
disappointing.
bad.
I was talking about it a little bit in the pregame. Like, it is really disappointing. This could have been an absolute blockbuster of a contest with both teams at full strength, not origin affected, not injury affected. This could have been
100%.
a finals worthy game. I mean,
Absolutely.
instead, it is what it is.
Wait, didn't someone say last week that Ben Hunt was due back this week? He didn't get called up for
Potentially,
anything,
he was racing the clock, but he was
Ah.
potentially going to be back. Tackle 4 here, Money. The cutout pass for Bailey Hayward, I think it is, who's swung back in the tackle. 5th and last for the Bulldogs. They're a metre out. Sexton onto Galvin. Grubbers in behind the line, and it's taken by the Big D to his own in goal. Goal line dropout. This Bulldogs machine just keeps rolling on.
If there was any doubt, I mean, obviously the Broncos aren't full strength or anything like that, but if there was any doubt about the Bulldogs this year, it should absolutely be erased.
Yeah, I don't know. Only
'Cause I mean-
only haters would have had any doubt over the Bulldogs this year as this ball's batted back, but straight into the arms of Bailey Hayward. Bulldogs will go back on the attack. Yeah, only people who have it in for the Dogs for whatever reason would be questioning their credentials for this season.
Roosters fans.
I don't know, whoever would possibly have it in for the Bulldogs. 10 out from the line here. Josh Curran falls a little awkwardly, but he's okay. Hayward drops it off on the inside for, couldn't quite see who that was, Curtis Morin, who's picked up and dumped. 2 tackles left. They've raced through this set. Marnie goes short, short on numbers side, and they've coughed it up. Galvin and Burton, a little miscommunication. They're still getting used to that combination. Error is made. Rock my balls. Ahoy, mate. Andy Buller. Ahoy. Bulldogs on top. 18 points to zip. Can Karapani get across? Can Connor Tracy get across? Just to make my night complete, we already got Montoya first try scorer. There's Kickow. Solid contact on Piacora there, the poor lad. Reynolds gets the kick away on the 5th and last. Keeping it very infield on this occasion. He's not gonna tempt those sidelines anymore. Tracy, a risky offload. It's well taken. Tuala goes to ground, 25 out. Knee crumbler, ahoy mate. Offload for Galvin. Galvin's got a little bit of space. They shut him down on the 40. 9 minutes gone in the second half, just the penalty goal. 18-0, the Bulldogs up. And a penalty now on halfway. Reid Marnie is in Piacora's face to let him know about it. Sexton, was he taken out after the pass? Sexton, here we go. Drops it off, and then he's... Wow, this can't be a penalty, surely.
Well, it is, unfortunately.
Unless it's contact to the face, which it didn't look like it was. The penalty
really wasn't. It was contact around the chest area.
The penalty, I'm assuming, is for a late hit. But that was just full commitment to the tackle. That's a harsh call there on the Broncos. Game of Mel, ahoy.
Game of Mel, ahoy.
Nice to see channel member representation, as always, there in the chat room.
Dan, Game of Mel, have you seen how close we are in the footy to ping pong?
10 minutes gone in the second half.
And we're both beating Dan. I just wanted to,
Bailey Hayward takes the tackle in midfield. They go left. Oh, slipping into contact. That's a waste of a play. A little bit slippery underfoot. This game goes on. Sexton with the inside ball. Hayward's taken down, 2 left. Marnie starting to run from dummy half and really threatening the line. Kickout with the dummy. 10 meters out from the line. He's dumped in the tackle. He's already got my tick of the multi, so I'm more than happy with what he's done. Loses the ball. Kickout loses the ball here on the 5th and last. That'll be a handover to the Broncos. Ahoy, Bobby.
Oh, my ball, sorry. What, West? This is not even. West Coast Eagles is yellow and blue. Get your colours right. Good Lord.
How's it going, Bobby?
It's a Gryffindor scarf.
Game of Mel, it's been a typical Origin-affected fixture, quite frankly. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's been grind.
Yep, they can't take the week off for Origin, otherwise the season's already too long. They can't make it even longer by having Origin weeks off completely, so you get what you get, and this is what we've got. It hasn't been a bad game. We've seen some real stinkers. We've seen some real stinkers with full-strength teams.
Yeah.
It certainly hasn't been a bad game, but it's certainly robbed us, I think, of a real blockbuster contest.
I mean, how are they to know? How are they to know at the start of the year that, it'd be 2v5, sorry?
Well,
in Origin time. Like,
I mean,
you don't know that at the start of the year.
You absolutely
can't.
You absolutely can't know, but you can make some pretty comfortable assumptions as Piacora nearly floats straight through a gap. 20 out from the line here, the Broncos. Ezra Mann. I know it was Ezra because I heard all the boos from the crowd. They're 15 out in center field. Reynolds now chipping on play 4, and it's an easy take for Connor Tracy. Gets the risky offload off for Tuala, who's tackled in goal. Goal line dropout here for the Bulldogs. Don't know about that play from Connor Tracy. Probably should have just accepted his fate there. Gaz Johnson, the Broncos have not threatened the Bulldogs line once all night. They've been in the red zone. They've never threatened the line.
All of my multi is shot to shit. I mean, shot to hell.
Burton goes short, and it's been claimed by the Bulldogs. They get the ball back again. What's the possession stat? The possession stat must just be so bloody lopsided at the moment in favor of the Bulldogs. 60%, there you go, 60%, my screen says, in favor of the Bulldogs. I mean, that's
not that lopsided.
That's very lopsided. 60-40. That's a lot of minutes in possession difference. Curran beats one, and that one that he beat nearly slipped over on his own ass.
Very close, isn't it, Mel?
Barney kicks out a dummy half. Was he inside the 40? Well, the Broncos think so because they've tapped it back into the field of play. And Corn on the Cobbo gliding across, only just gets to the ball. That must have been a 40-20 in the making. Otherwise, that's just craziness, that play.
Oh,
Cobbo's
has
done
the ball again.
extremely well. Just slide across and claim that ball. Holy hell.
Game of Mel, you've just got done with an online comp. Hope it went well.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Well, do well, I guess is the follow-up question. But it's still very nice. Peters Reynolds.
Absolutely.
Was that kick charged down? No, it sits up though for the Broncos. Here they come, a chance for their first try. It was charged. It's 6 more tackles. Mann down the left edge, floats it over the top for Karapani. Beats one, heads back in field. Come on, mate. Oh, he's taken over the sideline, is he? Just in the field of play. Propped up by Bronson Sherry's face.
Over that sideline.
Propped up and kept in field by Bronson Sherry's face and nothing more. But that was Karapani. That would have been tick number 3 that he fought his way over. Reynolds in midfield. Goes out the back for corn on the Cobbo. And he takes the line on himself. The big man, 5 out. Few tackles left here for the Broncos. Reynolds is going to kick, and it's batted down by Bailey Hayward with the boot, and it's Bulldogs' ball. Counter attack is on now. Curran with the cutout pass, and space for Tuala. Tuala dangerously close to the sideline, and the Broncos have absolutely ballsed it up. Why was Reynolds kicking so early in the count? His kick was a shocker. Oh, this is just a disastrous night for the Baby Broncs. The Baby Broncos led by one of the most experienced heads in the NRL, mind you. Bulldogs come up with a mistake. Knock on.
Knock on from old headgear.
Josh Curran. Drum down Broncos.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you're feeling good about that result. You know, that's good to hear. And you can only build on that. You know, lots of practice. We should cover a cup stacking game. Get Game of Mel on. Get everybody on and, you know, cheer you on. What's the word? Trying to emulate like a proper competition so that, you know, you can fight the nerves and practice.
Gobbo takes it up over halfway off the back of the scrum, and here goes big Xavier Willison back on for another stint. This should give the Broncos some go forward. He's a big body, although he doesn't look as big when he stands in front of Viliami Kikau. That's for sure. 30 out from the line. Broncos, left they go. Mann back inside. And they've spilt it on play 3. Billy Walters not expecting the offload. It's straight in. It's straight out. Oh, this is a nightmare performance from the Broncos. Nightmarish.
Rock my balls. Alcohol is a drug, so yes, there is essentially something in that's stuffing with them that's making them cry. Or maybe they just enjoy that. Maybe they're very emo. Maybe
Harry Hayes up to halfway.
Romance.
Tackle 4, 2 left here for the Bulldogs. Great field position off the back of that Broncos error. Hayward to Galvin, on to Kikau. Runs over the top of Reynolds, but Reynolds had some help from Jordan Ricky. Quick play the ball, 5th and last. Galvin wants options. Burton spills it. Well, the Bulldogs, I can't help but notice, the Bulldogs are just, they've been brought down at the moment to the Broncos level.
They're not falling apart. They're just scrappy plays. Maybe they're attempting some stuff that they normally wouldn't do because they're up 18-0 with 22 to go, but it's not working out for them.
Mann with the offload in midfield. It almost opens up here for the Broncos on halfway. Quick play the ball. Walters, dummies, takes the line on. And Bailey Hayward brings him down. Starting to get a little bit of momentum, though, the Broncos. Reynolds is going to kick again on play 3. This one sits up at the back, though, and it's lost into touch by the big D. What is this obsession? Reynolds is frustrated. Adam Reynolds is very frustrated.
I mean, he usually has the ball on a string, so I don't know. Maybe it's just.
Well, there was nothing wrong with that kick. He got an awkward bounce.
Anything wrong with the kick? I'm thinking they've practiced that 100 times at training, but
there was absolutely nothing wrong with that bounce. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the kick. That was an awkward bounce. What I was trying to say.
He's just, yeah.
Look at that. Play the balls inside the opposition 20. Bulldogs 28, Broncos 4. They have just not threatened the Bulldogs line at all tonight. This has been incredible.
And my boys, My boys wondered why I tipped.
Penalty now to the Bulldogs. An illegal strip. And they're going to get the boos for Ezra as he's shown close up again. I'm pretty convinced the directors are doing this on purpose now to get a rise out of the crowd.
And he knows it. He's well aware of it. And I'm pretty sure he's just shrugging it off. And that's, you know what? That's a little bit of maturity there from Ezra. So good on you.
Oh, flat pass there for Curran. 21 minutes left to play. 3 converted tries, the difference. And the Bulldogs go back on the attack, 35 out from the line. Big defense from the Broncos out on the right.
Repeating exactly what you say.
Sexton. Dummies and almost goes through. That had me fooled. I was looking for who he passed it to, and he's lost his pants in the process. Set restart here for the Dogs. Hayward gives it on for Hayes. 15
Doesn't
out.
count if he's got bike shorts on.
Just to the left of the post, Mann sends it back in field for Sexton. At the back for Galvin, who takes the line on. Inside the 10 on play 2. Preston into dummy half. Goes on his own, Preston. A metre short. Lined up to the left here, the Dogs. That's where they go. Sexton dummies again. This time it was a little more predictable. 5 out from the line. Mann staying on the left edge. Galvin, cut out pass to Kickow, who spills it. And it's been picked up by Katoni Staggs, who's away. He's got support from the Big D. And we know that Mariner's got a lot of pace. But Staggs couldn't get him into a gap.
Could have given it back to Staggs. Both you
Numbers out.
Either one of you bastards.
Numbers out to the left. Here's Mann in midfield. Skips away from one. Beats another. Here's Karapani now in open space. Puts the foot down. Karapani steps back in field and scores. Karapani with tick number 3 for the multi. Here we bloody go. Could this be?
I'm not surprised it was someone in your multi.
Could it be the turning point in this game? There's still plenty of time. 20 minutes is more than enough to get 2 converted tries. And the Bulldogs unforced errors. Unforced errors again.
I thought you were going to say, is this the turning point in my tipping for the year?
20 minutes and there's plenty of time to go and get 2 converted tries. Big conversion, this one, though. Big conversion, I feel, for Reynolds. We know that he can slot them from the sideline. We might get a game after all out of this.
He was just on. And that step on the inside, wow. That kid's not bad.
It's crazy, hey? Like, the Broncos are getting so much performance out of their youngsters that they're paying barely anything too. Like, Shibasaki started the season on a train and trial deal.
Yeah,
he's obviously been upgraded now. Karapani could not possibly be on more than 200,000 or 300,000.
Am I wrong, or is Karapani Asian Reece?
I don't know.
I want to know. You've seen Reece. You know what Reece looks like.
From the sideline, Reynolds hooking this back down the middle, and it's converted. 18 points to 6.
Adam Reynolds could kick for New South Wales.
Yeah, but then you'd have to have him involved in all other aspects of the game.
No, I just bring him on a kick.
If only NRL had like the NFL rule where you had an actual dedicated kicker that literally only came onto the field to kick goals. That's what they need. That's the next evolution of rugby league. Dedicated goal kickers.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
And then there can be a defensive team and an attacking team.
He's marrying Reece.
18 points to 6. There's 18 minutes to go. The Broncos, well, I mean, it was largely against the run of play, you have to say. The Bulldogs did another unforced error. They didn't tidy it up, and the Broncos were able to break away. But, hey, that was great for me. Karapani, the 3rd tick off the multi tonight.
Who do you need?
I need Connor Tracy now for the Bulldogs, and he has not been looking likely. He has not been looking likely, I've got to say. 40 out from their own line. Here is Big Xavier Willison up to halfway on the 5th.
I did it, Dan. I had a spill.
Reynolds down the short side. They're going to run here. Cobbo gets the flick pass up and it's been spilled. 6 more tackles, though, as it's been touched by the Bulldogs. Things are starting to fall the Broncos' way now. Walters scoots off down the short side. They're 30 out from the line, a full set of 6. Here they come, the Broncos. Jordan Ricky from dummy half. 20 out from the line now on play 2. Reynolds in midfield. Where's he go? The double pump puts Willison through half a gap. Willison's taken down 5 meters out. The Broncos are starting to believe. Walters sends it left for Mann. Out the back it goes. And Piakora taken down a meter out. Testing the Bulldogs' defense now. Really, for the first time tonight. Mann kicks on play 4. Easy defended by the Bulldogs, but it's a goal line dropout. The Broncos have got this obsession with kicking on play 4 tonight. Not working.
It's not working, but clearly that is the game moving forward for them.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they did get a result. They did get a result from this one, at least. Goal line dropout.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
But watch the Bulldogs claim it as Burton goes short with the restart. It breaks the play into the 10. Bulldogs tap it back and claim the ball. Called it.
Did it go 10?
Yep. Absolutely,
Yeah,
it did.
right.
Sexton tackled. And the Bulldogs. So
the Bulldogs be the first team to master the short dropout.
Ollie is the best. Ahoy, mate. But they're under the pump here. They are under the pump. Oh, Madge didn't think it broke the plane. And they've come up with a mistake on play 4. They might have to challenge this one, the Bulldogs, because they're starting to lose momentum big time.
Oh, headgear again.
Oh, no. They are going to challenge. Yeah, I feel like they had to here, the Bulldogs. Even if it's a challenge of hope and something goes their way, they have completely lost the momentum in this contest. And look at the possession even up now, 57-43. Come back in. And, oh, yeah, there's a hand in there. Not really a stripping motion.
Yeah, there's about as much hand in there as Viliami kickouts.
They had to go for that, though, the Bulldogs. They have lost all the momentum in this game with 15 minutes to go. Here come the Broncos. Full set of 6 now. What are they, 10 out, 20 out?
Yes, you're on the coach's box. Get over it. Sit back down.
20 out from the line in midfield. They go right. And a penalty. Offsides from the scrum.
73 meters offside. That's what he said.
So they'll call the scrum again. Obviously, a second penalty at scrum time is an immediate sin binning. So the Bulldogs have to hang back here. They can't afford to even take the risk. Yes, it was Burton who broke early. Matt Burton breaking early.
It is. It's bizarre.
Scrum down, 20 meters out. Yes, they go right again. Staggs takes on that channel of Galvin. Burton brought to ground. Jordan Ricky, 10 out from the line now. Broncos, 18-6. Walters goes out the back for Reynolds. Here's Mann. The double pump, and it opens up. The try is scored by Deloisa Huita. They're happy about this, the Broncos, and why not? That was a beautiful set play. Lined up out to the left, and they just opened up this brilliant Bulldogs defense. Okay, they're missing a few players as well defensively, but still, they opened them up. Sliced them apart here. The pass from Ezra Mann. They can boo him all they want on the big screen, but that was his try assist right there. 18 points to 10, kick to come.
On off he wanders. Yeah, look, that's it's a very nice try. And you wonder where it was in the first half. The Broncos just did not have this apparent discipline. They didn't have this, like they just weren't looking this slick in the first half at all, as we see vision there of Madge absolutely punching.
Oh, Reynolds has pushed this out to the right. It's a shocker. Adam Reynolds. With 13 minutes to go, that might be one of his worst conversion attempts of all time. But they're back in the contest.
Zach Lomax.
And
Sorry, Zach.
you want him to kick for Origin.
Sorry, Zach. I love you, but oh my God, please kick a ball. One of you, please kick a conversion. We could have had this shit tied up right now, and you could not be giving me an ulcer.
13 minutes left to go. 18 points to 10. How big will that 2 points be?
Well, if Origin's anything to go by, big. Look, if I can't bring it back to NBA, I'll bring it back to Origin.
Short side goes Walters, catches the napping. Billy Walters is in open space. He's got support. Here they come again, the Broncos. Tackle 2. They're inside the Bulldogs half. 45 out from the line. Mann at first receiver. To Reynolds. He's going to kick. Why? It's allowed to bounce, and it sits up for Tuala. And frustration for the Broncos as they've kicked it away on play 2.
Oh. Frustrating. Has he got money on the Bulldogs? What was that?
And it's not just Reynolds either. Like, Ezra's been kicking early as well. It's a clear game plan. Clear game plan.
Reynolds has had the most attempts at kicks, and he's
They will absolutely
trying something new, but if it's not working,
they will absolutely rue that decision. The Broncos. They will rue that decision. It's clearly been a game plan all night long. Kick early in the count. I don't know about on tackle 2 though. He got that one a little wrong. 5th and last hit for the Dogs. They put it high down the middle of the field, playing for territory. Corn on the Cobbo takes it. 10 out. Horny's been caught high there. Has he, Cobbo, by Preston? No call. He'll play it 10 out from his own line. 18 points to 10. 11 and a half to go. At least we've had something to get excited about in this one towards the back end.
Hota. That is 100% that guy's name. Hota.
Danny Sam, 105, says, we have time, Broncos. Go. With 11 minutes to play, there is certainly time. Reynolds on play 4. I'm surprised he didn't kick it. Gives it off to Willison.
Yeah, DJ Shaq, I don't think it's brain explosions. I feel like this is...
It's clearly
something
tactics,
that they're practicing.
Mann with the cutout pass for Karapani. Karapani flicks it back in field, and Bronson Sherry dives on it for the Bulldogs. It's loose on the deck and collected by Bronson. They're starting to look very threatening, though, the Broncos.
Well, they need to look a little bit more threatening because there's 10 minutes to go.
Galvin into dummy half. Here's Connor Tracy. The last of my try scorers remaining. Connor Tracy. Can he get it done in the final 10? Plays it on halfway on play 3. Bulldogs.
Payne on the left edge. To get my money back.
Lost ball. Another unforced error. Jack Todd turns it over. This is good field position. You feel the momentum shift in this game. The Broncos are suddenly up, applauding mistakes. They're jumping around. The Bulldogs, the heads are down. They're just holding on. Scrum down just inside their own half, the Broncos, but a full set of 6 incoming unless they goof it. Well, they'll probably kick on play 2. So, and a penalty. That's going to help. A piggyback upfield. The Bulldogs do not set the scrum in time. Reynolds puts it into touch. The Broncos are 30 out from the line. 9.5 minutes remaining. Full set of 6 incoming. And it's Katoni Staggs who taps and goes. 22 meters out. Here they come. They couldn't possibly, surely. Hetherington held up in the tackle.
Well, they need to convert a try, but they also need...
Back inside it goes. They're 10 meters out. Walters starts out a dummy half. He dummies. Billy Walters scores. They're right back in it now, the Broncos. Billy Walters from dummy half goes through the gap and scores beside the post. It's about to be 18-16 with 9 minutes to play.
Okay, so not in my multi.
Not in my multi.
Huh? Not in your multi.
Nope.
But yay for Billy Walters.
Big Xavier Willison, the decoy, the giant. Everybody was targeting him, expecting the crash ball. Billy Walters took full benefit of it.
He's done that how many times, Billy Walters?
18-14, the kick to come. And this was just smart. All eyes were on the big man for the crash ball. Thank you. Yes, I think I just said that,
Wrong
Joey.
boy.
Pretty sure I just said that, Joey. Thanks, though, for backing me up.
They've got their earpieces in.
Oh, that was some play. And Reynolds has converted this one. 2 points the difference, 18-16.
Sorry, I had to message my Broncos chat. Yes, I have a Broncos chat. I have several sporting chats on the messengers.
Not just rugby league, just Broncos.
Keep it all
Purely
savage.
Broncos.
Oh yeah, I've got a Broncos one. But I don't actually have a rugby league one. I've got a Broncos one and I've got a New South Wales one.
That's crazy.
Because they don't mix.
8 minutes to go. Bulldogs up 18-16. Willison brings it back. 15
What's
out from
wrong
their
with
own
my
line here,
laugh?
the Broncos. And they've got all the momentum. Game of Mel, you can't possibly be leaving. With 7.5 to go, this game's gone down to the wire.
It's not the Storm.
She
Okay,
can't
the Storm should be here.
She can't keep
She
her
don't
eyes
care about
open
the
any
Broncos.
longer. The Bulldogs have got to
Mel.
start aiming up in defense. 7 minutes to go. Reynolds to Cobbo. Space on the right. Cobbo runs over the top of Burton. Gets it to Staggs. Staggs is down the right edge. Staggs going for the corner. Chips back in field. They need it to sit up and it goes into touch.
Staggs is taken out though.
It's out off the Bulldogs though. It's out off the Bulldogs, I believe. Play the ball, Broncos in midfield. Staggs was taken out as well. It was batted out by Lockie Galvin.
I mean,
It's going to be Broncos ball.
Staggs is taken out by Connor Tracy, was it?
Here they go. 10 meters out. Broncos, full set of 6 with 6 and a. They're going to steal this game, aren't they? This is incredible. This has been absolutely incredible. Reynolds to Mann.
Oh.
Puts Piacora through a big gap, and there's the try. Piacora's gone through a massive hole, and the Broncos lead the game. The Broncos lead the game. 20 points to 18, kick to come. I can't believe what we're witnessing. Ezra Mam, the pass was out in front of him. He's got another try assist. He's been on fire tonight. Did well to hold on to the pass in the first place, and he put Piacora through a huge gap. Where was the Bulldogs' defense that's been so strong for 60 minutes of this game? It's been so strong. But momentum, we talk about it all the time. Momentum. Once you lose it, it's practically impossible to get back. And the Broncos have, what's the saying? They've made hay while the sun shines, that's for sure. 20 points to 18, the kick to come. Was there rain at the halftime break or something? We know that the Bulldogs do not play well in wet weather. Did it rain at the halftime break? Did the trainers with the Broncos come out onto the ground and squirt the field with water bottles? Because this has been night and day.
I just saw your comment, Mel.
Reynolds puts the kick down the middle.
No, I had to go make sure that my old man was watching it because he was pissed off with them at half time.
4.5 minutes to play. 22 points to 18. You can't believe it.
Hey, DJ Shaq. That sort of comments will get you banned from the chat room.
Madge is up. He's excited. 4.5 remaining. Bulldogs. They go short with the restart. Pressure's on. And it's been taken by the Broncos. Karapani's got it. The short kickoff doesn't work. And now this is great field position for the Broncos.
Well,
Corbo plays it 30 out from their own line. Here's Willison. He's been immense tonight. 4 minutes left. The Bulldogs will get another shot, but boy, they've been bloody completely flat these last 15, 20 minutes. Fifth and last on halfway. Mann gets the kick downfield, looking for touch. It's going to sit up in the corner for Connor Tracy. Tracy. Oh, what a huge hit. I don't know who made it. Deloisa Hoyter, I think, who's put the kick chase in and put a monster of a hit on Connor Tracy. Oh, they have got all the momentum here, the Broncos. All of it. Tuala. 15 out from his own line. The Bulldogs didn't do enough in that first half when they had all the run of play. Ultimately what it comes down to. Galvin down the short side. Cutout ball for Burton, who dummies. Puts the fend on. Reynolds holds on. And then he gets some help from Jordan Ricky. It's the fifth and last here for the Bulldogs. They're going to run it. Galvin heading across field. Needs support runners. He's got Preston. And now Sherry. Montoya gets the left boot in field. Born on the Cobbo. Tracks back for it and takes it on the full. Cobbo returns it to the 20. Cobbo gets on the outside of one. Bumps off another and he's brought to ground. 25 out from his own line. Broncos. 2 minutes 40 to go. Can they hold on?
Reynolds.
30 out. Short side they go for the Big D. 2.5 minutes to go. Back in field. 2 tackles left. 40 out from their own line. Here's Mann again. Gives it to Piakora. Piakora up to halfway. Fifth and last. This is it now for the Bulldogs as Reynolds kicks downfield. Going to be taken by Tuala, I believe, who fires it in field for Tracy. And this is it for the Dogs. Their last set of 6, potentially, with 2 minutes left to play. And they'll start on their own 20-meter line. Barney onto Sherry, who changes direction. Heading across field, though, Bronson Sherry. Way too across field. And he's an easy target for the Broncos' defense. Oh, boy. Very lucky to not be penalized there, the Broncos.
So happy none of my multis paid off.
Barney here to Sexton. Dummy straightens the attack. Ducks under 1. Tackle 3. Marnie goes quickly. Big defense from the Broncos, and it's forced the mistake. Ezra Mam toes through. Montoya kicks it into touch, and the Broncos have won. The Broncos have won this match. You can't believe it. There's still a minute to play, but they will just play this like it's the end of a grand final and protect this lead. These will be some of the slowest play the balls you will ever see in your life.
I can't believe it. And I'm a Broncos fan. Like, I thought we were dead and buried after that first half. We were a completely different team in that first half. And the Bulldogs have just absolutely taken their foot off of the neck and just...
Yep, once you lose momentum, so hard to get it back. And they went to sleep, essentially, in that final 15 minutes. And they've paid the ultimate price.
100%. Like, they just, Yep, slow play the ball. That is exactly what we were expecting.
They might get one play the Bulldogs might get
I mean,
one play at it
you
to
know,
go the length of the
and
field.
there's 17 seconds to go on the fourth, and Adam Reynolds is not kicking it on this one.
Oh, hell no. No, I would even take the tackle. I'd take the tackle. There's 5 seconds left.
100% holding on to that ball, or he's kicking it out on the full because there is 1 second.
And that
to
is
go.
it. Full time.
Broncos
The Bulldogs won't even get one more play at it.
Wow.
Not even one more shot. And the Broncos have
Melbourne.
stolen it. From the stands, Gamer Mel renewing channel membership 21 months. Oh, look at those Bulldog supporters in the crowd. That shot's got to go up there with the Broncos supporters at the grand final in 2023.
How's that baby faring that was tossed in the air? I hope it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nasty. Osh on Facebook is like, told you. Second half comeback. Well, Osh did call it. He did call it.
I didn't even call it. I'm a Broncos fan. I didn't even call it. I was like that first half, they looked absolutely awful. So that means, Daniel,
Yeah.
that Ben goes well ahead of both of us in the footy tipping comp because he tipped the Broncos.
Who did?
Ben.
Oh.
You know Ben.
Hey?
Remember Ben?
He in our tipping contest, is he?
He is.
Ah.
Ex-Benny.
22 points to 18. What an almighty comeback for the baby Broncos.
Huge.
And we certainly can't say that it was led by Adam Reynolds. This was actually led by Ezra Mann, dare I say.
Yeah, look, not going to disagree with you there because, as I said, he took that role of villain and he just made it his own, didn't he? He Heath Ledgered that, for lack of a better, like Heath Ledger plays the greatest villain of all time with Joker and Batman, in my mind. And I just feel like Ezra Mann just absolutely took that. Madge looks extremely happy, like his job was just saved in that game.
I don't think I don't think his job was ever in threat, but that was definitely the look that he had on his face.
Oh yeah, look, and DJ Shaq, you're right. Ezra Mann absolutely gets a last laugh in that one. Look, I know I've been pretty vocal about Ezra Mann. I've been pretty vocal about what happened and the punishment or lack of that was handed down. He's obviously back. He's obviously got something to prove. And I'm just going to play devil's advocate for a second. To be fair, we don't know because we're only fed what the media gives us. We don't know what Ezra Mann has done behind the scenes. You know, I feel like I read somewhere that he wasn't. He's not drinking. He's not. You know, obviously he's attending meetings and all that type of stuff to get that type of thing under control. But I also feel like we don't know if he's reached out to the family, if he's provided them with some sort of monetary support, if he's, like attempted to make amends in that type of way. We don't know that. And I feel like he possibly could have. I know that everybody talks about the morals.
I would have said, Michelle, that it's something that we absolutely would have heard about if it happened. It's something that we would have heard about, but the media manager was probably too busy out on the piss herself to put the story out there.
That too. But honestly, there's so much that goes by. Like, I mean, did you know? Do you know that, Trent Hodkinson, the hero of New South Wales many years ago when he broke the streak?
Yeah.
He took
and then never played again.
He took a disabled chick to her formal for her formal, just because she loved him. This, disabled chick, he took her to her high school formal because she didn't have anyone else, and he knew she was a big fan, and that's just who he was. People don't know. That's the stuff that's not widely publicized. It's not stuff that's out there. people want to look for the bad, and I'm not saying that I'm any better because I have publicly said Ezra Mann needs to be off the field for the year, but I feel like he is making amends on the field and potentially off the field that we just don't know about. So, but anyway, that's just my 2 cents about Ezra Mann. And I know I've been giving him absolute heaps, as I said. So, yeah. But what a comeback from the Broncos. Like,
Yep, that is the last.
Broncos fan.
That is a final 15 minutes to remember for any club.
Yeah. Can we just replace the grand final with those 15 minutes?
The grand final was tonight.
If only. So it would be good. But yes, Gibson Titus, it is full time. The Broncos 22-18 over the Bulldogs. Was that a comeback? Did they come back from 18-0 down?
Yeah.
Or was it 16?
Yeah. It was 18-0.
They got the penalty before they got the first try, didn't they?
It was 18 points to 0 early in the second half. They took the penalty goal and they might look back and rue that decision.
100%. I mean, I know that Adam Reynolds' kicking game was not on point tonight, but the Broncos, they did well. They did well. Too bad to lose.
I don't know what you're on about, Mookie. Bulldogs suck, bro. They've been top of the table all year long, and they've lost a game against the odds with everybody's origin stars out. It's not exactly panic stations for the Bulldogs.
No, it's absolutely not. No, I don't think they choked KCT. I think they just, I don't think they choked. I think they just underestimated their opposition. So, anyway. Oh, that was a good game. I don't look like I feel like that was a good game because
It ended up in a good game. Yeah, it was a kind of, I wouldn't say dire. I wouldn't say dire in that first half, but it was like, Origin has stolen this contest from us. And then that last 15 minutes, holy hell.
It wasn't even really a grind of a game. You know when games are a real grind?
No, it wasn't. It was just
like they're just going up and back. Like there was a lot of scrappy plays.
It was pretty clear that the big names were missing. Put it that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was very, very obvious that both sides were missing their big name players.
There was a lot of errors that should have been there, but it didn't feel like a grind where just they just go from one end to the other end to one end to the other end. So, but not like yeah.
Mookie,
anyway.
your team just won, and I'm not going to try and take your excitement away from you, but honestly, mate.
Come on, Mookie.
I'm not going to try and take your excitement away from you. Your team just won a comeback against the dead, back from the dead. But yeah, let's be realistic.
How did everybody else's tips go tonight then? Who had the Broncos? That's what I want to know. Who had the Broncos?
Nobody would have. Not even
one person that did.
Not even the most diehard of Broncos supporters would have had the Broncos winning that game.
I know one person that did, and he is a diehard Broncos supporter. Because when I showed him my tips, I got called a traitor.
Yeah, he didn't really tip the Broncos though.
He absolutely tipped the Broncos.
No. What I mean is, what I'm trying to say is, you might tick that box, but you tick that box only because you're a supporter. You don't actually think they're going to win. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no. He thought they were going to win.
No chance. No, not a chance in hell. No.
He would.
No, bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
He's not ticking it just because he's a fan.
Absolutely, he did.
Because if that was the case, I would tick it. Because that is the case.
Yeah, but you are not a diehard fan. Not in 2025. You are absolutely not a diehard fan in 2025.
Ever.
Not a chance.
If I
You are not a diehard fan in
Queensland,
2025. You
I'd
can't claim
probably
that.
be
You
dead.
said on this very stream that you are changing your supportership to whoever wins the grand final this year. 2025, you are not a diehard fan.
I didn't say I was a diehard fan. That's why I didn't tip
You
them.
literally just did. You literally just said, I'm a diehard fan and I didn't pick them.
I was a diehard fan. I would have tipped
You
them.
literally just
But I'm
said
not
those
tipping them
words.
because I'm not a diehard fan. I'm tipping them because I'm trying to beat you. Or I'm not tipping them because I'm trying to beat you.
Don't you love how women change their opinion mid-sentence just to try and win the argument?
Okay, Dan. Like you've never done that.
Gibson Titus is a Broncos supporter. Gaz Johnson says doesn't really matter because the Panthers will win it anyway.
Well, hope so.
The Storm. Melbourne Storm are
Mookie,
still the
we love you
favourites.
too.
Melbourne Storm are still raging hot favourites.
Only in your head.
Oh, my head in every single bookmaker in existence. Thank you very much.
Mm.
Go on any bookmaker and tell me who the favourites for the premiership are.
I reckon the Raiders could just, choke big time.
Yeah, Raiders are going out in straight sets. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all.
All right. You're not sorry at all. I am absolutely exhausted. It has been a huge week for myself.
All that party
And
for
not,
your
and
birthday.
not just because I'm another year older.
No, not just because.
Nah.
All that partying for your birthday take its toll,
felt
though.
like this for the last 10 years. No, and I'm gonna have to bounce because I need to lie down.
Wow, that is the most aged thing you've probably ever said on these streams. I've got to tap out now because I need to lie down.
I do. My feet hurt.
That is that is the
It's
oldest thing you've ever said.
It's been we are always right, Craig Kennett. We are. It has been a massive, massive week, work-wise, and as I said, birthday. There's been a couple of family birthdays, and it's just all come to a head tonight. And I didn't even think you were going to be streaming because I messaged you today, and then you're like, some of us have to sleep, because we work night shift. So I kind of rushed to get ready, and then here I am, and yeah.
Oh, UFC's having a session again.
Of course, that sounds about right. It's Friday night. Why are we not surprised? What's happening in around the grounds?
What's even happening tonight?
There's an AFL game.
AFL would obviously be on.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Yeah, there's an AFL game that's just finished. Collingwood versus Carlton, which I actually thought was tomorrow night for some reason. We thought Carlton might spoil the party just for fun, but they absolutely haven't. And Collingwood have won 17-13, 115 to Carlton's 8-11-59. So there's a couple of people we know who might be, ready to throw themselves off a bridge right about now. With the way the Carlton season has absolutely gone tits up. Wow. My boys are playing tomorrow, 350th coaching game for Chris Scott. They play Richmond, so they're playing bottom of the table, but you never know what happens. Geelong do like to tank in a milestone game, as we were given last week. But yeah, not last week, the week before. Last week they had a bye. I don't have any NBA to talk about, Dan.
No, it's over, isn't it?
It is. 3 months. Well, wait, what are we in? July, August, September. 3 months till it's back on. I'm going to be very upset for the next 3 months.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I know, right?
How short the turnaround is.
Right? Right?
But hey, that's why they
19
get paid the big bucks, though, right?
We figured out the other day in one of my sports chats, in my NBA chat, that the franchise superstar for Oklahoma, whom just won the chip, by the way, he will be paid $434 per second.
Oh God.
That's US.
Yeah.
$434 per second.
That's crazy.
Isn't that insane? Like, I think I get like $434 for half a week. So, like, and that's 8 hours a day. Like, it's just.
And that's what, AUD? Not even US dollar?
No, that's US. That's
Oh,
US
that's US
dollars.
dollar. Okay.
So you're looking at about 900 AUD per second. Like, my God. So, Mookie, I feel like you're on something major if you think that Stags would have tamed Crichton in any way, shape, or form tonight, or in any other week, Origin or not. But yeah.
That's all right.
Gibson
He's excited. His team won.
I'm excited. My team
Yeah.
won, but that's just stupid.
Oh, it's yeah, it's one of the more out there takes I've seen in the chat room, to even think that Origin didn't affect this game for both teams.
Origin 100% affected it, but you can't
Yeah.
say that regardless of Origin, Stags is going to, lord it over Crichton. That's just ridiculous. So, anyway.
Yep. Well, we are heading off.
I'm heading off.
I am too. Yeah, my mum's got a new computer, and it falls upon me to set it up for her. So
IT support.
I've got to transfer all her photos. All her photos I've got to transfer over from her old machine to the new machine. Otherwise, of course, if she loses her photos, life is over.
Just put them on a hard drive.
No, they're on a hard drive. Yeah, they're on a hard drive. I need to put them onto the new computer for her. Yeah.
And keep them on the hard drive just in case.
Absolutely, you keep that hard drive as a backup. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I've got about 12 of the buggers.
I've got a couple.
The other room.
For sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
So that's what's happening. Wasted World of Sports. Tomorrow we've got the All Blacks taking on France. It's going to be a rugby union day tomorrow, all day basically, because we got the All Blacks taking on France at 5 o'clock, and then we've got the British and Irish Lions continuing their tour as they take on the New South Wales Waratahs at 8 o'clock. So it's going to be all rugby union tomorrow, all afternoon / evening long. So that will be
on Sunday.
Huh? Oh, who's playing Sunday? Sunday. Oh, Gaz Johnson getting back to Resident Evil 4. Very nice. Well, Gaz, I am in the workings. Nice. I am in the workings of restarting my gaming channel as well, because I get kind of bored throughout the course of the week when I've got nothing else to do. So, yeah, my gaming channel on YouTube will be restarting. I'm just working on all the back end stuff, the graphics and the overlays and things like that. And maybe the next week or two we'll be officially relaunching that one. So yeah, maybe if you're into gaming, mate, maybe that's a thing to check out. Intoxigamer is the name of that channel. Restarting soon. Easily found on YouTube.
I would 100% be involved in the Roosters West Tigers game on
Sunday's games. Yeah. Yep. I don't want to upset Mookie, but all these games are, of course, Origin affected. Roosters versus the Tigers, Seagulls versus Rabbitohs, especially. Yeah, obviously,
Wow.
lots of players out for Origin across the course of the weekend.
Absolutely. But Roosters and Tigers, I can get behind both of those teams. So I'll be in on that one. I think that'll be a
Fair
fun
enough.
game to.
Yeah,
fun
I
game
reckon
to-
Manly Rabbitohs will be good as well.
What time's that on?
That's at 4 o'clock. But 2 o'clock,
Yeah, maybe.
4 o'clock, back to back.
Maybe we'll see how that one goes.
All right. West of
Right.
Sports crew, thank you so much for your company here, as always. And next week, State of Origin, isn't it?
Yes,
Well,
it is
yeah.
Wednesday night.
We'll be back on TikTok as well.
I'm already nervously, I don't know, freaking out. I'm freaking out. Anyway, Dan has wandered off. And I'm going to say goodbye because, oh God, I can't even deal with Origin. Like, why do they have to do this to me? Why do they have to go to a Game 3 decider? It's not good for my heart. It's not good for, I get ulcers. I just get really, stressed. It's not good for the blood pressure. It's not good for my midweek drinking. It's not good for anything. Come on, New South Wales. Just put them away in 2 games. Seriously, driving me nuts.
You don't like a decider?
No, I don't like a decider. I want a clean sweep. New South Wales 3-0.
Oh, do you realise, we've spoken about it before, but you realise how quickly State of Origin would die if New South Wales put a few clean sweeps together? It's not.
Yeah.
It's never happening.
Because Queenslanders would be
Read
quite
into
ahead of
that.
big time.
Read into that statement whatever you like, but all I'm saying is never happen
It's no
because
mistake.
it'll never happen because Origin would be dead, and that is such a
Exactly.
big cash cow. Read into that what you will. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll be back
Have a
tomorrow
fun
for
Saturday.
Rugby Union, and Michelle will
I'll
be back on
Monday.
Sunday. So,
Fabulous weekend, everybody. First day of the weekend on Saturday. We'll see you on Sunday.
catch you guys later. Cheers.
Cheers.